Hey Leo, your June tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor. Welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Your theme is birth, so honor and explore your creativity in all of its forms. Something new is coming into the world through you this month. Your first clarifier on that is the Ace of Parchment, and this is depicting the novel The Secret Garden. Parchment is the earth suit in this deck, so you are a portal right now, and your creativity is the key. You're seeing potential somewhere that no one else is looking. What you're bringing to life is something that you have taken and nurtured and cared for and maybe even brought back to life. And you could be reviving an old project that you abandoned at one time, and you're discovering an untapped resource to turn into something magical and fresh. Now, your second clarifier is the Five of Light or Water, and this is the Great Gatsby. So, this is something being born after previous attempts have failed to produce anything. Just because something didn't come to fruition before doesn't mean that you aren't surrounded by more potential. And this says that your focus matters and you have so much more to work with. So, pour your heart into this new attempt and let the old with the failed ones go. Now, your third clarifier is the Eight of Light, and this is depicting Paradise Lost. Sort of a similar message of focusing on what you want this to look like and moving towards it. This is like all of the wadded up attempts at drawing or writing in the wastebasket. Don't look at them. Look at the next blank page. And I think for some of you, you're not building on an old idea, but you're scrapping it all together and moving on to something completely different and more promising for you. Now, for the first week, you have the Hermit. So seek out solitude this week. What you are creating is totally your own and no one else's business. You don't even want anyone breathing on it right now. So resist the urge to share it on social media because outside influence is going to alter your choices, even if it's just subtly or subconsciously. But create for an audience of one, just you. Now, for the second week, you have the Chariot. So now is the time to unveil and to share and to pop the champagne cork and pass around the cigars. You're on a roll and you have enough momentum built up that others can't derail you now. And they've seen your force, so they definitely do not want to stand in your way. And they're going to want to go along for the ride, actually. The only thing is, watch out for coattail riders. But this is a week that you can make a lot of progress and get a lot of supporters. Now, for the third week, you have the Valet of Wands. And so your creation might be taking on a life of its own here, or it takes on a more visible form. It's a new and exciting and fresh feeling. But like, I don't know if moms can relate to this or if I'm just weird, but there's a moment when you look at your kid and you're like, oh my God, that's a person. That's like a whole different separate being of free will and autonomy with ideas of their own. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but this just feels like that moment of separation where that symbiosis is over and the new life is finally online. Now, for the fourth week, you have the Hanged. So nothing you can do now but stand back and watch it as it takes flight. So maybe it's a small flame that takes time to grow and you have to resist fanning it or it's going to go out. Or it could be like, for example, a YouTube video and you want the algorithm to figure out who to serve it to organically, and you might have to resist sharing that with your friends and family because that confuses the algorithm as to who the real audience is, right? Maybe it's a program or a software or a game that you've made that has some bugs and you have to let the testers have a go at it before releasing it on the market. I mean, you get the idea here. So for work and money, you have the Knight of Cups with the Emperor. And so you're taking this creative project or a creative project into your own hands. This looks like self-publishing or starting your own creative business, but you're taking steps towards doing what you love. Even if you aren't actually doing it right now, you're taking control and responsibility for making it happen eventually. You're saying, I haven't found a satisfying way of supporting myself by working for someone else. My mental health matters. And so you might be starting your own creative venture, but it could also be acknowledging that a work environment wasn't supporting your mental or emotional self-care or was just too emotionally draining. And instead of expecting it to change, you're looking for something else. And that's reflected here in that Eight of Light as well. So for love, you have the Ten of Swords with the Queen of Spears. And so for couples, this could be the end of a sexual dry spell or settling a point of contention and re-sparking the chemistry. So you are the leader, at least in this particular scenario, and might have to communicate clearly with your partner about something they do that continuously hurts you and give them a chance to rectify it, or give them a chance. They need to show more initiative themselves. Someone might need to demonstrate more interest because the other one might be fearing that it's over, and that could kind of go either way. Now, for singles, you could be deciding that you're done being single and you're really excited to enter the dating pool. So you're doing yourself up really nice. You're showing confidence, putting yourself out there. You look delicious. You're very charismatic. And I think your single spell might be over soon if you keep showing up in that feisty energy. Now, your bonus message is you are supported and will have helpers whenever you need them. Let them come. Beautiful. All right, Leo, I hope that makes some sense. Sounds like a really exciting month, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you.